I am Macbeth. This is Act 5, Scene 7 and 8.
I am Macbeth.
I am young Seward and Ross.
I am Malcolm.
I am Seward.
They have tied me to a stake. I cannot fly, but bear-like I must fight the course. Was he that was not born of a woman? That man I am to fear, or none.
What is thy name?
Thou be afraid to hear it.
No, though thou callest thyself a hotter name than any in hell.
My name is Macbeth.
The devil himself could not pronounce a more hateful name to mine ear.
No, nor more fearful.
Thou liest, abhorrent tyrant. With my sword I'll prove the lie thou speakest.
Thou was born of a woman. Both swords I smile at, weapons laugh to scorn, brandished by man as of woman born.
That way the noise is. Tyrant, show thy face. If thou hadst been slain, and with no stroke of mine, my wife and children's ghosts will haunt me still. I cannot strike at wretched kerns, whose arms are hired to bear their staves. Either thou, Macbeth, or else my sword with an unbattered edge. I sheathe again, undeeded. There thou shouldst be, by this great clatter, one of greatest note seems brooded. Let me find him, fortune, and more I beg not.
This way, my lord. The castle is gently rendered. The tyrant's people on both sides do fight. The noble Staines do bravely in the war. The day is almost itself professes yours, and little is to do.
We meet with foes who strike beside us.
Enter, sir, my castle.
Why should I play the Roman, fall and die on mine own sword? Whilst I see lives, the gashes do better upon them.
Turn, hellbound, turn.
Of all men else have I avoided thee. But get thee back, my soul is too much charged with the blood of thine already.
I have no words. My voice is in my sword, thou bloodier villain. Then terms can give thee out.
Thou losest labor, as easy mayest thou the entrenched air with thy keen sword, and presses make me bleed. Let fall thy blade on vulnerable crests. I bear charmed life, which must not yield to one born of woman.
To spare thy charm, let the angel whom thou still hast served. Tell thee Macduff was from his mother's womb untimely ripped.
Accursed be that tongue that tells me so, for it hath cowed my better part man. And be these juggling beings no more believe that palter with us in a double sense, that keep the word of promise to our ear and break it to our hope. I'll not fight thee.
Then yield thee, coward, and live to be the show and gaze of the time. We'll have thee, as our rare monsters are, painted upon a pole, and under it, here may you see the tyrant.
I will not yield to kiss the ground before young Malcolm's feet, and to be veiled with the rabble's curse. Though burning wood becomes a dismal, and thou oppose, being of no woman born, yet I will try the last. Before my body I throw my warlike shield, lay on mad cups, and damn be him that first cries, "Ho, enough!"
I would the friends we missed were safe arrived.
Some must go off, and yet by these I see so great a day as this is cheaply bought.
Macduff is missing, and your noble son.
Your son, my lord, has paid a soldier's debt. He only lived but till he was a man, the which no sooner had his powers confirmed in the unshrinking station where he fought, than he died, a man.
Then he is dead?
Aye, and he had brought off the field. Your cause of sorrow must not be measured by his worth, for then it hath no end.
He had his hurts before?
Aye, on the front.
Why then, God's soldier be he. Had I as many sons as I have hairs, I would not wish them to a fairer death, and so his kneel is knolled.
He's worth more sorrow, and that'll spend him.
His worth no more. They say he parted well and paid his score. And so, God be with him, as comes near comfort.
Hail, King, for so thou art. Behold where stands the usurper's cursed head. The time is free, I see thee encompassed with thy kingdom's pearl, that speak my salutation in their minds, whose voices I desire aloud with mine. Hail, King of Scotland.
Hail, King of Scotland!
We shall not spend a large expense of time before we reckon with your several loves, and make us even with you. My thanes and kingsmen henceforth be earls, the first that ever Scotland in such an honour name, and what's more to do, which would be planted newly home with the time, as calling home our exiled friends abroad, that fled the snares of watchful tyranny, producing forth the cruel ministers of this dead butcher, and his fiend-like queen, who, as it's thought, by self-inviolent hands, took off her life. This and what needful else that calls upon us, by the grace of grace, we will perform in measure, time and place. So thanks to all that once and to each one, whom we invite to see us crowned at Scone.
Crazy, does that make me crazy?